President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met with the Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping in the Saudi capital, Riyadh. During the meeting, President al-Sisi said that he was looking forward to enhancing the partnership with the Chinese president during the upcoming period to develop the bilateral relations, especially in light of the historical friendly relations binding the two countries and the peoples. For his part, the Chinese leader hailed the Egyptian role under the leadership of President al-Sisi in boosting security and stability in the Middle East, which China is depending on to establish a Chinese-Arab partnership. Jinping said that the country was looking forward to boosting the partnership with Egypt at all the levels and expanding fields of cooperation. He reiterated that Beijing would support Egypt in the development process under the leadership of President al-Sisi. Xi pointed to the promising investment opportunities for the Chinese companies in Egypt. The Chinese president congratulated President al-Sisi on the high-level Egyptian organization of the Global Climate Summit, the COP27, and the success that Egypt had achieved. Also on Thursday, President al-Sisi met with the Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shayya al-Sudani. Presidential spokesman Bassam Radi said that President al-Sisi renewed the congratulations to the Iraqi Prime Minister on his success in gaining confidence of the parliament and forming the government. President al-Sisi hailed the deep ties that bind the two Arab countries and said that Egypt is looking forward to broadening the cooperation with Iraq in various domains. The head of state emphasized the solid principles of the Egyptian politics in supporting Iraq and magnifying the Arab national role, as well as providing full support to the Iraqi people at various levels. President al-Sisi pointed out to the importance of expediting the implementation of the joint projects between Egypt and Iraq, so that the economic achievements keep up with the political outlook between the two sides. For his part, the Iraqi Prime Minister extended the appreciation to the Egyptian efforts in supporting Iraq at all the levels, adding that his country is looking forward to expanding cooperation with Egypt. Earlier, President al-Sisi arrived at the Saudi Arabian capital Riyadh to participate in the first Arab-Chinese summit. Presidential spokesperson Bassam Radi said that President al-Sisi's participation in the summit comes within the framework of the Egyptian keenness to strengthen and develop the distinguished historical relations between the Arab countries and China. The summit aims at building on the extended political dialogue between the two sides, as well as the consultations and the coordination to maximize the prospects for the mutual cooperation at the economic and the development levels. President al-Sisi is scheduled to hold a number of bilateral meetings with the leaders participating in the summit to discuss ways to enhance the bilateral relations, as well as the developments on the regional and the international arenas. Minister of Defense and Military Production General Mohammed Zaki, the General Commander of the Armed Forces, ratified the acceptance of a new batch of military recruits for the stage of April 2023. At a press conference held by Major General Samir Khalidi, head of the Recruitment and the Mobilization Department, he said that the new batch of recruits from the young Egyptians were accepted and would be received starting from Tuesday, the 20th of December of 2022. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli reviewed the development of implementing the recommendations of the Economic Conference 2022, which was held last October. At the meeting, there was an agreement on the state's economic roadmap during the upcoming periods. Cabinet spokesperson Ambassador Nader Saad said that 125 recommendations were reviewed. A technical committee to follow up on implementing the recommendations at the Information and the Decision-Making Support Center was formed, and communication channels will be open to follow up with the ministries on what has been achieved in order to implement the recommendations of the conference. Egypt's stock market indices soared, being bolstered by the purchasing operations by the Arab and the foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index soared 0.35%. The small and medium EGX 70 index soared 0.89%. The more expanded EGX 100 added 0.83%. The overall transactions and dealings within the session reached £5.5 billion.